anyways, moving on. So we got a lot more things to do. We got to pull off both hood hinges, we got to pull off the headlights, pull off the front bumper, pull off the fender that's getting painted, and start getting everything ready for paint. Got in a wreck, the fender actually ended up scratching this door right here, so I'm gonna come in here with some 400 and actually blend this out, and we'll see if it needs primed. So let's get it. Take a look at that. I'll sand it smooth. No nicks. Oh, there's one down here that I gotta fix. But besides that, it's like there's a really good transition. I think these doors are aluminum. They might be metal, but I think they're aluminum. But anyway, so yeah, there's a little transition to it here. It went from a hard edge to a soft edge, so we'll be able to prime and paint over this, no problem. No body work, no bondo necessary. Same thing, I gotta fix this little nick. I just gotta sand it out, smooth it out, kind of like this. It's a nice little transition. Let's keep moving. Job, oh shit up, mate. I'm just playing. Here she is. She's all painted. Well, primed, not painted. But anyways, came out pretty good. The only reason for this is because this fender actually sat outside and got sun beat. So I just sanded most of the old primer off. Not all of it. Whatever was like really bonded good, I left on there. And then came over on top of it with some 2K. Did like 2 coats of it. Now we should be all ready to wet sand that. We'll wet sand it out and we should be all set to paint this panel. What's going on, guys? So we're doing some testing on some paint. Purchased the paint for the car like I told you guys, and we're having some issues. It looks like the color's off, but it's already been fixed. Let me explain to you guys what's happening. So when you're doing a pearl paint job, the way that you do this is it's kind of like a spray out card, but I just sprayed it directly onto the panel that was used, that was damaged, just to verify that the color is right. So what we're doing here is sprayed this whole section. I masked this section off where you see the 2 lines, masked that off, sprayed the whole section with base coat, and then come over it, put 1 coat of pearl on here. As you guys can see, that's 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats. 3 coats is way too dark. Well, 2 coats it's fucked up too. It's not right. It's off by a little bit. So 2 coats is still off of pearl, and then 1 coat, it's still off. And if you could see it in the right light, this is white and this is like an off-white cream color. So what I did was I went to the paint rep. I told him, so I brought this panel in with me, so I brought it in like this, showed them the 3 spray outs on it, and they're like, you're right, this is really white, this is off-white. They're like, you need to add some yellow to it. So they gave me options. They said you can go to our other location and there's a guy that matches paint, he can mix it for you. I took it into my own hands, kind of because I don't trust anybody, especially with this. I don't want them to mess it up. It's a really expensive paint. So I grabbed some pigment and I started mixing 400 milliliters of it at a time. So I mixed 400 milliliters, did 50 drops of yellow in it. Well, I started and progressed up to 50, and now this is what we have here. So as you can see, this is actually a little off too. So this is 65 drops in a 400 milliliter amount of base. This is going to be yeah, I'm confusing myself. This is going to be 64 drops of yellow. So this is the same paint here, but I took the paint and I added some yellow to it, some yellow pigment, to get it closer to this. So if you take a look at that, it's like this color here at this point with 65 drops of yellow in it is extremely close. But I went ahead and mixed up some more. So here's the 2 pints. Well, not pints, this is 40 mil and 40 mil. So I took both of those brand new containers, put 40 mil in there, and put 65 drops in one and 50 in the other. Or no, 50 in this one, 65 in that one. This one is the closest. So let me go grab the color card. Well, no, it's actually in the booth. So, oh, here it is. So this is 50. Now, when we put this one up against it, it's spot on. Same color now. Check that out. This is way off here. This color, the old color here that we have on the top that was the closest, is way off, and you can see it. See? This one is spot on now. So we're set with that. Oh, and I also wanted to throw this in here in case you guys were wondering. So this is the yellow pigment, and they gave me one of these little drippers, which is awesome. So I just started putting drips in there slowly until I got up to the 50 mark on the 40 milliliters, and figured out that that's the perfect amount of drip for this paint job. say it is out here. From the last clip that you guys just seen, we actually got to spray the bottom side of the hood, the inside of the fender. We got to prime the outside of the fender, the top side of the hood, because it got sun beat and got pretty tore up by the sun. So we took care of all that. So the next step, after the pillars come back, because a buddy of mine's working and finishing off the pillars, he's like professional body guy, so I let him take care of that. So everything's looking good from here. We should be ready to spray hopefully next week. I know I said this week, but it is what it is. We kind of got pushed back because of a paint issue, like you guys see in this video. But anyways, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Drop a comment. It's motivating to read comments from you guys. You guys are actually like really pushing me, which I like. Freaking love it, because I am a huge procrastinator. But besides that, thanks for watching. Peace out.